I found the receipt taped inside the bathroom vent the night my son almost died. It wasn't for medicine. It was for a drone. A $1,200 drone. And the signature at the bottom. Mine. Forged. My name is Elias. 37. I teach AP chemistry at Westbridge High, the kind of place where the periodic table is graffiti on the hallway wall and the vending machine still takes quarters. I smell like sulfur half the time and chalk dust the other half. Home is a 2-bedroom in Maple Ridge. Rent's late every month, but the radiator clanks like a heartbeat, so we stay. My boy, Milo, is 9. He builds volcanoes out of baking soda and collects rocks he swears are meteorites. He calls me Professor Dad when he's proud, Elias when he's mad. 2 weeks ago, life was a stack of graded quizzes and Milo's inhaler on the counter like a tiny grenade. I'd kiss his forehead every night, taste the salt of his skin, and promise tomorrow would be better. But the cracks were there. My mom, Vera, texts at 2 a.m. about Dad's bad knee and how the pharmacy won't fill his script without cash up front. My sister, Delphine, sends Venmo requests labeled emergency coffee that somehow total $180. I pay. I always pay. Last month, I found Milo's asthma meds refilled with a generic label. The pharmacist shrugged, insurance flagged it. I paid out of pocket, $312. I ate ramen for a week. Delphine posted a selfie from a rooftop bar the same night. Caption, living my best life. I told myself, family is messy. Love is messy. Then the vent. I was fixing the rattle, screwdriver in teeth, phone flashlight, when the receipt fluttered out like a moth. Carbon copy. Blue ink. Skyhawk X9 drone, paid in full. My signature looped at the bottom, but the E was wrong. Too tall. Delphine's tell. I stood in the hallway, receipt trembling between my fingers like a live wire. Milo was asleep, chest rising slow under his nebula blanket. I crept to the kitchen, opened my banking app. There it was. $1,200. Pending. Skyhawk drones, authorized, E. Moreau. My card. My limit. My son's medicine money. I called Delphine. Voicemail. I called Mom. Elias, it's late. Where's the drone? Silence. Then a sigh like I'd asked for the moon. Delphine needed it for a shoot. She'll pay you back. She forged my signature. Don't be dramatic. It's a gift for Milo's birthday. Milo's birthday is in March. Click. She hung up. I stared at the phone. The screen dimmed. My reflection looked like a stranger. But that wasn't the worst of it. The next morning, Milo woke wheezing. Not the usual puff-puff. This was a whistle, thin and sharp, like air through a cracked reed. I grabbed the inhaler. Empty. I'd refilled it yesterday. I tore through the cabinet. The backup. Gone. Milo's lips turned blue. I scooped him up, barefoot, and ran. The ER was a blur of fluorescent lights and beeping. They pumped albuterol into his lungs while I signed forms with shaking hands. At 3 a.m., a nurse handed me a bill. $4,800. Insurance denied the nebulizer treatment, out of network. I laughed. A broken sound. My phone buzzed. Delphine. Mom says you're overreacting. Also, can you spot me $80 for parking? Hospital garages are a scam. I typed, Milo's in ICU. She replied with a thumbs up emoji. I blocked her. Then Mom, your father's blood pressure is through the roof. Come home after your shift. Shift? I hadn't slept. I muted the family chat. But the messages kept coming. Screenshots. Dad, Elias stole my drill. Left us high and dry. Delphine, he's ghosting us during Dad's crisis. Typical. Aunt Claudine, family helps family. Shame on you. I sat in the plastic chair, Milo's small hand in mine, and felt the last thread snap. They showed up at dawn. Mom first. Perfume and panic. Dad behind her, leaning on a cane he didn't need last week. Delphine last, sunglasses indoors, holding a latte like a prop. Mom beelined for Milo's bed. My poor baby. I stood. Out. Dad's eyes narrowed. You don't tell us where we can be. This is my son. My Bill. My life. Delphine rolled her eyes. God, Elias, chill. We just want to help. Help. I held up the receipt. This help. Mom's face went slack. Dad snatched it. This is nothing. A misunderstanding. $1, 200. Forged. While Milo couldn't breathe. Delphine shrugged. I was gonna surprise him. With what? A drone he can't use because he's on a ventilator. The nurse appeared. Sir, lower your voices. Dad pointed at me. You're embarrassing us. No, I said. You're embarrassing yourselves. That's when Milo stirred. His eyes fluttered open. Raspy voice, Dad, about Auntie Del. I leaned close. What, bud? He whispered, she took my rocks. Said they were payment. For the drone. The room tilted. My son's meteorites. The ones he polished with toothpaste and labeled in Sharpie. Delphine had pawned them. I turned. She was already backing toward the door. Mom grabbed her arm. Tell him it's not true. Delphine's sunglasses slipped. Her eyes were red. Not from crying. I needed the cash, she muttered. The drone was collateral. I was gonna buy it back. Dad's cane clattered to the floor. For the first time, he looked old. I didn't yell. I didn't need to. I pulled out my phone. Opened the banking app. Removed Dad from the joint account I'd carried since college. Closed the credit card Delphine had cloned. Changed every password. Then I looked at Mom. Effective now, I'm done. No money. No favors. No forgiveness until you earn it. Delphine laughed, bitter. You think you're better than us? I think I'm done being less than Milo needs. Dad tried one last time. When we're sick. I'll send a card, I said. From the gift shop. With get well on it. Not a check. They left. The door hissed shut. Milo squeezed my hand. Are we bad people now? I kissed his knuckles. We're free people. 2 weeks later, Milo's home. He's drawing a new galaxy on the fridge, nebula of second chances. My phone is quiet. I kept one text. From Aunt Claudine, your mom's selling her jewelry to pay bills. She won't say it, but she's scared. I haven't replied. Some stories don't end with hugs. Some end with locked doors and the sound of your own breath finally belonging to you. If it were you, if your family drained your kid's future for a toy, forged your name, then begged through a pastor, would you open the door again? Tell me in the comments. I'm still deciding.